This is Mike with Quantum Bell. Now what I'm going to do is relate another problem of some of these areas, and I'm going to use an example of a mouse in a cage and for example a microwave oven, if it makes any sense. And the mouse becomes excited, wants to leave the cage, but can't get out of the cage, if it makes any sense, because of the energy is all around the cage. So the mouse either gets agitated or starts screaming, or really, it might claw or chew its way out of something it can't claw or chew its way out of because of the way the cage is designed. And in this particular situation, the behavior of the animal is correlated across that of a particle. So where water prefers rest, it might get heated up, or go into the sky, become clouds and stuff. Eventually it falls to the ground and it finds less energy near the ground, so the water wants to be at rest here. So like an animal, sometimes like a particle. And what these guys have done in this area is exploit a natural condition where they've created almost a cage based on some sort of movie making capability or observation, some indicator of return control into the homes, and then the application of a stress, which is a SAR, which is, I've already indicated, a measurable on the person. And what this does is agitate the area. So it's called a freak out. Now, in terms of anonymous or electronic warfare, it's called a freak out. F-R-E-Q out, as in a frequency out, as in we are putting a SAR on you at some frequency and you're going to go fucking crazy. The other part is also a freak out. Now, that's P-H-R-E-A-K, and that means that you're exploiting electronics in the home. So freakouts and freakouts often go hand in hand. It's one left hand and the right hand as part of electronic warfare. So whether they're exploiting the electronics or the instrumentation in the building, or applying some sort of energy like a rat in a cage, there's some observation which is applied. And for example, by a criminal organization or a group of police officers, they call it a shake and bake. So a group of police officers gets together every time they come into town and they make a movie of someone going crazy. Where's the cop hiding in the microwave? And in this situation, that's called a shakedown. And what they do is they'll apply the energy, they'll do an interrogation, and then they'll freak the house out, whether one way or the other, and then they'll walk away and say, oh, someone's crazy, right? And then they play everyone else for fools. Well, we didn't put the phone line in, we had nothing to do with the other energy applications, we don't know about the ham radio, we don't know about the freak out or the freak out. So it has to be proven across all these elements. Now, in this particular situation, I've located this as one of 340 communities where these people have fitted these areas with a freak out. And what they've done is put these electrical stimulus in the ground and on the power lines, and then across the homes as a distributed system of one type or another, and for an effort of almost, if it makes any sense, if I can make one person crazy, I can make 10,000 people crazy and chase them out of the area. So just like those police officers don't want to be in this area, the citizens don't want to be in this area, and then the guys come in and buy the area. So like this area, just about all the houses are going empty, and all the conditions are known for why they're going empty. And meanwhile, a combination of officers or criminal organizations and perhaps militants or even electronic warfare is alleging that these people are sick because they're American, or they're sick because you're under assault, or it's your fault we're attacking you. So whatever they've alleged or whatever situation has been created, it's the victim's fault. So individually, across the electronic warfare in this particular community, every one of these people, right, subject to the symptoms of electronic harassment, will eventually detach from one another. They'll eventually swing at their neighbors. They'll eventually stop using public places, for example, if their convenience store is targeted, or their supermarket, or other places, and it isolates them to their home, and it puts them right back in a rat's cage where they're in a movie. So the tactics of warfare across databases and computer systems can be complicated, and especially where it's correlated across chemical weapons use in the sky, which can also add to problems of visualizations or hallucinations or psychosis, and where even herbicides and pesticides like VX or nerve agents type B and G require atropine in order to alleviate the symptoms. These men are working from tunnel systems and other remote methods while making a movie and alleging they were nowhere in the area. So there's a trick to resolving electronic warfare, and that trick outside of, hey, I can find it, we're going to dig it out, we're going to confront it. You need an army and a lot of guns to do that. So the alternative is with a civil method. So this is Mike Marley with Quantum Bell, and I'll be moving on to the next video.